And all the suffering indigenous populations and the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwu okike abịa onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebe dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwedo n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke niile etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta onye ọbụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. If you are joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, or any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contribution. Please, each time you watch my video, go to the comment section and put down your comments. That is where we'll learn from each other. We learn a lot from the comment section. I don't speak alone. I am speaking with you. You can equally contribute. You can criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that we can learn from one another. That is why we are here. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, you have to say what is happening in your own area. Whatever happens, if you see something, say something. Don't be silent. We cannot allow the conventional media to continue to change the narrative. We cannot allow the conventional media to continue to play down the situation. We will continue to bring the situation the way it is and say it straight the way it is without hating anybody. We are not preaching hate speech. We are not talking down anybody. We say leave and let's leave. And for those who say we will not leave, just like the Fulani Janjaweed have said, they will not leave either.
Respected Senior Mr. Shegun Showumi, you're welcome, sir. And I call on and welcome the very active Senator, our own capacity activist, Senator Shehu Sani. Let me recognize Dr. Adamu, our vibrant youth advocates. Let me recognize the president of the #1 power man, Mo Atiku Abubakar. I recognize my father seated over there, Your Excellency, sir. You're welcome, sir. I respect everyone seated here today. Let me quickly stand on all existing protocols. We are here today to discuss Nigeria unity. I think the first thing we need to talk about, it is our unity. Without a united country, we cannot be talking about 2023. Talk less of talking about anyone who will be taking us to the next level. Well, we have 3 bands of shape on our national flag. We have the green and white. The green, white, green. The green stands for wealth, while the white stands for peace and unity. Meaning in our story as a nation state, unity is part of our history. It means we have different people from different backgrounds who are coming together to have a united Nigeria. But in the last few years into decades, we've seen that Nigeria is more divided than ever. And this is a point that must be seen as an urgent case for all well-meaning Nigerians. Now, let me go straight to the point. We are here today to talk about the state of the nation. We have the best speakers all around that will be talking as youth, as politicians, as lecturers, as economists. And why do we have these people to talk to us? It is because Nigeria is moving towards a point where if we don't sit down and talk about our unity, we may likely not have a country very soon. Not because of anything, but because we have leaders who are not passionate enough to handle the affairs of a country like Nigeria. So blessed, and we've been struggling to have people who will lead us. I must tell you, as we sit here and as I stand here, we have the Nigerian delegation in Dubai. Dubai is celebrating 50 years. Dubai is a union of 6 to 7 emirates that was bettered in 1971, December 2nd. They have programmed their life for 50 years. And as at 2 days ago, they are programming and structuring the country or the union for another 50 years. It means they have valuable leaders, purposeful leaders, and leaders who are planning for their citizenry. Now, back to Nigeria. If we want to make it alive out of this situation, we need leaders who are valuable in thinking, who has the capacity to see everyone as one, from the north to the south, to the west, to the east, who are real Nigerians. When I talk the real Nigerians, I mean people who are legitimately Nigerians and who can be called citizens of Nigeria. And now, how are we making a case for national unity and prosperity? We have seen that when we put people of like minds, regardless of their age, social backgrounds, and every other thing you must think about, we will have the best team to lead Nigeria in the next few months to years. Now we are looking at people who will take Nigeria to the next level. When I'm talking of the next level, I'm not talking about the general next level. I'm talking about a level where every life of a Nigerian is very, very important. Where you can live in the east and be very, very comfortable. Where you can move from Kano State to Kaduna to Abuja without being scared of ransom. Where you can move anywhere and you'll be sure you have a secured society. Now we have come under this forum as the National Unity and Prosperity Forum 2021 to make a case for our oneness. As we say, unity is the only driver for development. And when you talk about development, we're not just talking about movement. We're talking about development in all spheres of life. We're talking about from the economy to human rights, to transportation, to everything. We want a Nigeria where the human life has a premium. It has a price. Not a price of just anything. Where every life will be respected, regardless of where you're from. May I stop at this point because I have my superiors who will carry on with the debates. I want to thank everyone who is seated here, who has honored us with the present. Thank you and God bless you. I remain Dari Akini.
Thank you very much. Very well said there. My brother and good friend, Dari Akini. I think he has just hit the nail on the head. I mean, without unity, we won't be talking about progress. We won't be talking about socio-economic development. And the only way we can achieve that, particularly in a blessed country like Nigeria, is by unifying ourselves to become one. Equity, justice, and fairness is also another factor that we will be able to achieve this, and hopefully succumb this serious challenge bedeviling the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, let me quickly move as we're gradually taking it step by step, thick and fast. Let me call one of the guest of honors for his own remarks. While introducing him, I made mention of his immense contribution to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The media, of course, has played a pivotal role in the unity of this dear nation, Nigeria. So on this note, permit me to call High Chief Raymond Alekbo Dogbesi, the Chairman CEO of Dar Communications, for his own remarks. Welcome on stage, sir. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our very revered senators here present, let me stand on existing protocols because this program is going out live to the entire world, and I should allow those that have been invited to really look at the issues before us. Let me thank you all for graciously accepting to be present at this afternoon's discourse, which deals essentially with making a case for national unity and prosperity. Just, I should state that one of the factors towards achieving a sustainable democracy is unity. The ethnic problem in Nigeria is indeed the national question around which a great deal of our national life revealed, and in the name of which all sorts of atrocities have been perpetuated against the nation. It is this issue which has produced, we want our man syndrome in Nigerians' national politics. The Nigerian socio-political or social polity is replete with many cases of inequalities, injustices, discrimination, because even the appointments into key and core areas of the economy and political offices are usually patently lopsided and ridiculously announced, without attention being paid to the feelings and sensitivity of other groups of Nigerians. It is in line with this that this discourse has been set up. The lack of unity in Nigeria, generally known, was born out of the interest of the colonial masters, whose interest is not for the sake of the unity in Nigeria as a nation, but to pave way for their exploitative mission. The Richard Constitution of 1946 is almost absolutely responsible for the challenges which we are facing up to this time in 2021. Well, I hope and I want to believe that the discussants and the lead presenter of the paper this afternoon will delve in detail into how we got ourselves into this challenge, into this problem that appears unsolvable. We are all Nigerians. And to be united means that all of us must all agree to eschew bitterness, to work together to see the development and progress of Nigeria. Therefore, it does not matter whether you're a Fulani, you are Hausa Fulani, you are an Igbo man, you are an Edo man, you are an Ishekiri man, you are just simply a Nigerian who is determined to make Nigeria better. The time has come for all Nigerians to get together and start looking, and especially the youth who say they are hungry to provide leadership in this country, to take a cue from the detribalized Nigerians, from the Nigerians who have shown that they have the capacity to organize properly. Previous speaker, let it to attention that the reason why we are here is that it's the type of leadership being provided at this point in time. Nigeria has not been so divided as we have it today. Nigeria has become the poverty capital of this country because the resources available have not been put together and harnessed to move the nation forward. Our children are now looking outside for greener pastures. There is hunger, poverty, frustration everywhere. Nigeria needs a new team of people, people with wisdom, people with experience, people with courage, people with industrial background, people with vision, people with to really take Nigeria out of the mess. Therefore, discussants, presenters of the program, we are all waiting. May God help you to lead Nigeria out of this quagmire. God bless you. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause once again for High Chief Raymond Alego Dogbesi. Thank you very much, sir. I think he has just said it all. Well, with a polarized nation, I, on a personal note, don't believe we can surmount all these challenges. But like we've always said, the unity of Nigeria, the indivisibility of this country cannot be overemphasized, and that is what we need at this moment. Clear-cut programs, policy actions is what this great country, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is in dire need. Thank you very much, High Chief Raymond Alego Dogbesi, once again. Gradually moving, of course.
Thank you so much for your patience.
We're getting there,
to the end.
slowly but surely. And I think on this note, is the right time. There is no any better time than now. Appropriate time for us to start with our keynote speaker. While introducing him, We actually made mention of some of his achievements. As an activist, he has done so much for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And also, as a senator in the 8th National Assembly, he represented the Kaduna Central and was one of the most renowned senators during the 8th National Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to call on stage High Distinguished Senator Shehu Stani, a former senator who represented the Kaduna Central, and also, at the moment, an activist who has been doing that for over 2 decades. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome on stage.
The president of the Atiku Kawai Media Group, the executives of the group, invited resource persons and dignitaries, invited special guests, especially the High Chief Raymond Depesi and other elders and leaders on the front row, invited leaders of civil society organizations, political leaders, women leaders, youth, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a honor and a privilege to be invited here today by the Atiku Kawai Media Group to present a keynote address that will open this platform for contributions of ideas and views that we hope that will add value to our national discourse as a people and as a nation in search of a new country very soon. I must thank the organizers of this forum for providing this platform in the form of a town hall meeting organized here in the ancient city of Kano. Kano occupies an important and significant place in the history of Nigeria, the political history, the economic history, the cultural history, the traditional history. Kano is an indispensable factor right from history in shaping the future of Nigeria. From the First Republic in the days of NEPU and MPC, to the Second Republic in the days of PRP, GNPP, UPN, NPP, to the aborted Third Republic in those days of the NRC and SDP. And in this republic, Kano is a major factor in Nigeria's political history. We are here in the right place at the right time to discuss on issues that are germane and critical to the future of our people and the future of our nation. It is apt and right that the theme of this meeting focuses on national prosperity and national unity. A developing nation and a developing democracy like ours We cannot build a nation or sustain our democracy without these two factors of national unity and prosperity. I think it is right as a people, if we are going to pick the first issue, which is national unity, it is self-evident today that Nigeria is in crisis. We have been moving from storms to turbulence. We have been moving from crisis to crisis. And we are experiencing it on a daily basis. That is threatening the foundation, the peace, and the future of our country. It's unfortunate today that the founding fathers of this country, if they are to wake up from their grave and see a nation they struggle to liberate from colonialism and build a future for it, today has become a basket case. In the last 6 decades of our political independence, at no time has Nigerians lost the faith, the confidence that the nation is failing as it is at this very period of time. National unity is key. All nations have their problems. They have their headache and they have their heartache. You can see in the United States, the problem of race has always shaken the foundation and unity of that country. In the United Kingdom, Scotland is struggling to secede from the Union. In China, Tibet is still hoping for independence. In Spain, Catalonia, the region of Catalonia, has been struggling to free itself from Spain. Nations all over the world have their problems. Between India and Pakistan, there is a Kashmir. It is also a problem for the nation of India. We have seen how in Canada, the French-speaking part of Quebec is still dreaming to have a country of its own. In the continent of Africa today, with about 53 to 54 nations, we all have our problems. But nature has never promised either an individual or a nation that it is going to be free of problems or crisis or turbulence. But the difference will be to have a leadership that will be able to steer the ship of state and address those fundamental problems that bedevils the nation, either mildly or strongly. Today, the unity of our country is in doubt, and all as a result of the failure of leadership over the years. Leadership that has failed to build upon the foundation that has been laid by our founding fathers, to build a truly united nation founded on the principles, the ideas, the ideals of equity, justice, and fairness. The leaders that came after those who fought for independence have not been able to build upon these legacies that have been left behind. Today, Nigerians identify themselves not as Nigerians. They identify themselves from their ethnic group, from their religious identity, or from their sectional affiliation. And as long as that Nigerianness comes last after all these kind of identities, the unity of this country will always be questioned and will always be challenged. The national anthem cannot unite a country. The national pledge cannot unite a country. The constitution of a nation cannot unite a country. If we want to have a truly united Nigeria, We must have a country that is founded on the principles, the ideals, and the ideology of justice, social justice, economic justice, political justice. Nations that have advanced today as a democracy or economic power have since realized and have since taken cognizance of the need to do everything possible to unite those countries. Nigeria has been through a turbulent journey from the fight for independence to the coup that has led to a bloody civil war and to cessation of coups, civil strife, civil disturbances, and violence. Our resolve and resilience has been tested for close to 5 to 6 decades. The end of the civil war, supposed to have produced a nation that has realized its mistakes and was ready to address those issues that led it to those bloody years of civil war. But it's very clear that we have not learned geology or geography after an earthquake. We failed to learn from history, we failed to learn from our mistakes, we failed to learn from the experiences, bitter ones, which we have had. We have since forgotten those mass killings, those sufferings, those starvations, those crises we face as a nation during those periods of the Civil War. If we want to unite this country, we can only do that by having leaders that have the country at heart. You cannot unite a country when you speak of unity when speaking in English, and then when speaking in your own language, you inflame tension and promote ethnic chauvinism, religious bigotry, and disunity in a nation like this. Leaders are key to providing and demonstrating by personal example that they are interested in the unity of this country. They are key. If you have a leader who is divisive, who thinks of only his ethnic and religious group or political loyalists within his own very side, you can't have a united country. If you have leaders who exploit the ethnic and religious sensitivity of their people for their own narrow, immediate, and transient political goals, you cannot have a united country. So a united country is possible only when you have leaders whom in their hearts are compassionate and are dedicated and are committed to preserving the entity of this nation as one and indivisible. When I say unity is founded on political justice, social justice, and economic justice, it is a matter of fact that in all our political decisions, we must implement programs and policies that Nigerians from all nook and crannies will really feel that they really belong to this enterprise called Nigeria. If we are taking on economic justice, we must implement programs and policies that will give all Nigerians an equal opportunity so that they felt that really this is a nation they can live for and they can die for. Where you have a country that favors a section of a people or a section of a cartel or a cabal as against the majority, you wouldn't have a united country. You have a polarized country. And that is a fact. 2 + 2 is 4. It cannot be 5, it cannot be 6. So on the basis of that, you can see the crisis we face as a country today. Because the leaders that are elected into office have failed to grasp the reality of Nigeria. This country needs a reset, a reconfiguration, if you don't want to mention restructuring, that will address the fundamental default that is today threatening our unity, our peace, and our future. The ruling party, which I used to be part of, have promised restructuring in 2015. They have failed. And in 2019, they have failed. They have the majority of their members as governors, the majority of their members as senators, the majority of their members as members of House of Reps. They control the majority of the state's House of Assembly in the country. So they have everything, every tool, every instrument, every implement they need to restructure Nigeria is at their disposal. But they have failed. It is high time we stop advising people who are in the position of power. There's nothing to advise it. It's simply you walk towards their dislodgement from power. And it is time that Nigerians this time around, having given this class of political ruling elite the opportunity to demonstrate their capacity and competence in restructuring a new future for Nigeria, and they have failed. So the options left is how we can evict them out of power. And that should be the primary focus of this gathering and of any gathering of patriots and men of conscience and conviction. Having said that, you can't have national prosperity when you don't have peace. I come from Kaduna State, and I'm from Kaduna State. And I know in my state we have 23 local governments. It's only 2 that is safe, which is Kaduna North and Kaduna South, the metropolitan local government. You cannot move a kilometer outside of Kaduna without getting into the hands of bandits. Bandits have laid siege to our state and our city. And it's unfortunate that we have reached a point people will be asking, where is the state, where is the government, and where is law and order? And at a time like this, when you see terrorists and bandits becoming a state within a state because they have moved away from being rogues to also becoming a state. They extort ransom, they impose levies, they collect tax, and they even install chiefs and imams. So you can see how the authority, the order, legitimate order of the constituted authority has been challenged by terrorists. Now, what you see are symptoms of a failing state. When a constituted authority and a government is unable to enforce law and protect its citizens, when citizens live at the mercy of bandits and terrorists, there is no better way to describe, to explain, and to point at a symbol and a symptom of a failing state than what you can see in Nigeria today. The leaders have failed. They have failed to secure our people. They have failed to protect our country. Today, the president and an entourage of political appointees are in Dubai in the name of wooing investors to Nigeria. This is a nation that almost on a daily basis, people are being slaughtered, people are being kidnapped, villages are being razed by terrorists. If you have a government and a leadership that will take security issues very seriously, secure this country, protect our people, naturally investors will flow into Nigeria. I will not take much of your time But what I will leave behind for a forum like this is that we have a duty as a people, as a nation, to take the opportunity of 2023 election to elect credible people, people with vision, people with wisdom, people that can lead us out of this quagmire, out of this rot, out of this decadence, to a future that we all deserve. I'm here because I believe in national unity. I'm here because I believe in prosperity. And I'm here because I believe that Waziri of Adamawa has the capacity and the competence to lead Nigeria out of the woods. My relationship with Atiku is not political. This was a man whom, during our struggle for democracy, when I was in prison with his own political mentor, Sheikh Musa Yar'Adua, because it's his mentor. So I happened to be in Kirikiri prison during the Abacha days. We shared the same cell. We were taken to the same military tribunal. And we were convicted, though he was sentenced to death and I was sentenced to life in prison. And we wore the same handcuff, though I have a very slim hand and you can remove it when the police and the military are not seeing me, so we use soap to remove the handcuff. But we live in the same cell with Yar'Adua, and I have learned a lot from him, even though at that time I was not a politician, I was an activist, and we happened by coincidence to be in the same cell. And we spent so many years together. I spent cumulatively almost 4 years in prison. So you can see, Atiku at that time was one of those, the leaders of those that was keeping the heat of the struggle for democracy. So I will always appreciate him for what he has done at that very time. And I believe that as a people, for a man that has been standing firm in the defense of democracy all his life, it is time for the nation to tap from his experience. You have tried a man of integrity. It is time to try a man of prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remember blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.